Mr. Deputy Speaker, I rise in support of the bill which seeks to improve the safe usage of transportation modes on our roads and footpaths, as well as the storage within our homes and neighborhoods. Transport safety does not begin only at home. It does start the moment we step on the road too. It begins at home, with our families, our neighbors, and the choices we make in shared spaces. Electric-powered personal mobility devices have gained popularity as an affordable and efficient means of travel for many. However, these devices also pose higher fire risks in our homes and neighborhoods, as such fires are often more severe and more likely to result in serious injuries and fatalities. This is why Singapore has placed strong emphasis on the use of personal mobility devices that comply with UL 2272 fire safety standard. Even so, improper use of unsafe charging practices can still pose significant risk to device owners, family members, neighbors, and of course, our firefighters. A firefighter once shared with me that the e-scooter battery fires are unlike the typical fires that they face. They can reignite, generate intense heat, and spread rapidly, especially in confined spaces. The most distressing moments are when families are trapped behind closed doors while corridors are filled with toxic smoke from burning lithium-ion batteries. So I therefore commend our SCDF officers for continued upskilling our firefighters to respond to fires involving personal mobility devices. But at the same time, prevention must remain our first line of defense. In this regard, I support the move to go beyond banning the use of non-UL 2272 certified e-scooters on public paths and roads, and to make it an offense to keep such devices. I urge all owners to check their devices and to use only UL 2272 certified models to protect the safety of themselves and their loved ones. And in a neighborhood where we all live together, it's especially important that we remain vigilant and support each other in such a manner. Mr. Speaker, the use of active mobility devices on public paths has been a challenging issue in many neighborhoods. In land-scarce Singapore, pedestrians and device users must share our limited space. When accidents occur, the consequences can be serious, especially for our elderly pedestrians, who often sustain even more severe injuries and take much longer to recover. I recall when I was a grassroots leader in Pasir Ris many years ago, I was distraught at the thought and seeing this elderly lady being hit by an e-scooter. That memory still is fresh in my mind, and I do not want that to occur anymore. I note that this bill seeks to strengthen the operating safety of personal mobility aids by reducing the limit from 10 kilometers per hour to 6 kilometers per hour by January 2029, extending size restrictions requiring registration, and introducing a certificate of medical need for the use of PMEs on public paths. Now, while these regulatory changes aim to improve pedestrian safety, which I really support, we must recognize that PMEs are medical devices that support persons with mobility impairments too. So for many PMEs, like those in my constituency where it's age and we have many elderly residents, PMEs are not merely a means of transport, but an essential enabler for independence and dignity. They allow my residents to move about in their neighborhoods, attend medical appointments, purchase daily necessities, and manage personal errands independently. I therefore call on the Ministry to implement these regulations in a manner that does not place additional burden or hardships on those with genuine needs. In particular, sir, I seek clarification on whether assessments for the medical or the certificate of medical need can be conducted at polyclinics so as to help manage costs and ensure accessibility. Sir, this bill also sends a clear signal on the importance of road safety for all road users. In 2024, speeding violations reached a 10-year high, with the number of cases doubling compared to the previous year. More than 6,000 cases involved lorries and other heavy vehicles. When I was an SCDF officer many years ago, I witnessed an accident where a lorry was hit and the workers who were in the vehicle were thrown all over the road. At the sight of that, being a part of the SCDF team, it just reminds me that we cannot allow these things to happen. And I really support this part of the bill. So I support the increased penalties for breaches involving failure to install speed limiters by the compliance deadline, as these are important measures to protect heavy vehicle drivers, the workers conveyed on such vehicles, and other road users. I also welcome the strengthening of penalties for illegal vehicle modifications, including the tampering with speed limiters, which undermine the intent of safety regulations. I urge companies to comply fully with the speed limit rules, including early installation ahead of the 1st July 2027 deadline. At the same time, I ask whether the Ministry is studying the challenges companies may face, whether cost, operational, or technical, to ensure that enforcement is effective and sustainable. Mr. Deputy Speaker, in Malay, please. Tuan, baru-baru ini saya bertemu seorang penduduk yang menggunakan PMA kerana kekangan mobiliti yang berkekalan. PMA membolehkan beliau keluar rumah sendiri, membeli makanan, menghadiri janji temu perubatan dan mengurus keperluan harian tanpa bergantung sepenuhnya kepada ahli keluarga. Beliau bergerak perlahan, berhati-hati dan mematuhi peraturan. Kebimbangannya bukan tentang keselamatan, tetapi tentang akses, sama ada proses dan kos untuk mendapatkan sijil keperluan perubatan akan menyukarkan sesuatu yang asas kepada kehidupan seharian. Tuan, keselamatan bukan sekadar soal peraturan. Ia adalah soal nilai dan tanggungjawab bersama. Keselamatan bermula di rumah. Apabila peranti mudah alih disimpan atau dicas secara tidak selamat, risikonya bukan hanya kepada seorang individu, tetapi kepada seluruh keluarga dan jiran di sekeliling. Api dan asap tidak mengenal sempadan unit rumah. Dalam isu PMA, kita mesti jelas bahawa peranti ini adalah keperluan perubatan bagi individu yang mempunyai kekangan mobiliti. Bagi mereka, PMA bukan satu kemewahan. Ia adalah alat untuk hidup berdikari, untuk bergerak dan untuk terus menyumbang kepada masyarakat. Ramai pengguna PMA juga merupakan pekerja platform kita. Mereka keluar awal pagi dan pulang lewat malam, bukan kerana pilihan tetapi kerana tanggungjawab untuk menyara keluarga mereka. Kerja ini adalah pekerjaan yang bermaruah, rezeki yang dicari dengan keringat sendiri. Sebagai gerakan pekerja, NTUC memandang serius kesan pelaksanaan peraturan ini terhadap kehidupan seharian para pekerja kita. Melalui penglibatan berterusan di lapangan, NTUC dan persatuan pekerja seperti NDCA atau National Livery Champions Association telah bertemu para penghantar di tempat kerja di mana mereka berehat, di mana mereka bekerja, mendengar secara langsung kebimbangan, kekhawatiran yang mereka ada tentang pendapatan, kos pematuhan dan perubahan rutin untuk kerja mereka. Maklum balas ini menjadi asas kepada perbincangan berterusan dan mengendali platform dan agensi berkaitan supaya keselamatan dapat dipertingkatkan tanpa mengorbankan cara mata pencarian. Keselamatan yang adil ialah keselamatan yang mengambil kira realiti kehidupan pekerja-pekerja kita. Tuan, sebagai penutup, rang undang-undang ini menuntut kita menyimbang keselamatan dengan keadilan sosial, melindungi nyawa tanpa menafikan maruah kerja dan hak untuk mencari rezeki. Apabila kita menjaga yang paling terdedah, keluarga, warga emas, orang kurang upaya dan para pekerja kita yang bekerja keras untuk keluarga mereka, kita sedang membina sebuah masyarakat yang lebih selamat, lebih berperi kemanusiaan dan lebih kukuh. Saya menyokong rang undang-undang ini. Terima kasih.
Dr. Harish Singaraju.